everybody, Debra and Bandit here. Today we are going to go over the 7 reasons why nomads and travelers can't always travel whenever they want, wherever they want. What? I thought that was the whole purpose of being a nomad and having a house on wheels. Hang on, I'll go over it and tell you what I'm thinking. Number 1, and these aren't in any particular order, might be family and friends. If you're like me and you're going to travel and you're going to see family and friends, obviously you have to coordinate that with them. And that timetable might not be your own. And so sometimes you have to shorten things up or even lengthen things to stay in one area until you can get on the road and time that just right. So believe me, that comes up a lot. The second thing I thought of is closures, not just camping closures that we've talked about over the last couple of days when I've shared with you my apps that I use and when maps and apps lie, but closures of roads. I-70 was closed for a while, and just different things happen, different kinds of closures that can affect your travel and that may affect your plans and may have you hooking up and heading out faster than you wanted to, or again, lingering behind longer than you wanted to. I always say, have backup plans for your backup plans for your backup plans, or something like that. But always at least have backup plans. So number 3 is, one reason that you might not get to travel where you want to and when you want to is because your backup plans don't even work. That has happened to me before. I went to an area. For that area, I had backup plans on backup plans for my backup plans. And I went through A, B, C, D, and E, and all of them failed. And I ended up going to the next area where I was going to camp. So I not only had to travel longer than I thought, I actually blew through my timeline of the time that I was going to stay in that area that didn't work out. And so it happens. The wind is picking up here, so I'm going to have to hurry because that wind was making my tripod move. And we'll talk about the weather in a moment. But number 4, the thing I want to talk about is events. Okay, so an event might come up that you want to go to. Nomads get together quite often, especially in the winter. And you might hear of an event that you want to go to that you didn't know about. And so that can affect your travels. But for me, the way that events can affect my travels is sometimes I'll get to an area and I didn't know that there was an event going on in that area. And of course, then some of the camping is more crowded than I would like, or the town is more crowded than I would like. And so that can affect my travel plans as well. Now, is that really affecting where I can go, when I want to go? It depends on how big the crowds are, how rowdy, and whether or not it is something I want to hang with. So for me, that is a legitimate reason of why I can't always travel whenever and wherever I want to. Number 5 is rig maintenance or improvements or whatever you might need to do to your home. I am here longer, actually 2 weeks longer than I intended to be, waiting on parts, and that's going to be a video coming up. Got some wonderful things done on Phoenix, and I can't wait to share that with you. But that can also affect your travel plans when you're not expecting it, and hopefully it's nothing that leaves you broke down. But in this day and age, waiting on parts or just finding a mechanic that has an opening to get something done can be an issue. And so you can't always just plan to travel as expected. Which leads me to number 6 that comes up quite often for me is illness. And I'm not a sickly person, I don't mean that. But with my brain injury and then sometimes with my gut issues from the brain injury, I end up having to lay low longer than I anticipated. Or maybe I forgo a place that I had planned on hiking or an event that I planned on going to because I can't handle it with my TBI. And so that affects my travel, and that might not be a factor for you. But what if you got a bug on the road? And we won't even get into the kind of bugs that are out there in our world right now. I'm just talking about in general. You have to plan on not only your illness, but if you travel with pets, you might have to be delayed to get them the care that they need and the recovery time that they need. So that's number 6. Okay, number 7 that can come up, that's a big one for me, is weather. Not only locally, like where I am right now, it is a fabulous place, but it takes at least 2, maybe 3 days for the roads to dry up after a rain so that I can get back out. And so if I know a rain is coming, and I covered this a little bit in another video, if I know that a rain is coming and I want to leave before, let's say the rain is going to be 2 days, and 3 days to dry out, if I want to leave before that 5-day time period, I need to boogie before it starts raining. That's for this particular location, and there is always local weather that can affect your stay and how long you are in that particular area. What about the weather that's the national forecast, maybe where you're headed? For example, I have enjoyed a beautiful summer of beautiful weather. I have been very blessed, and I have been very aware of my blessings compared to with what a lot of people have had to put up with. And my heart, my prayers are going out to everyone right now that is struggling because of weather. And we've just been so hard hit in so many different ways. But I also have to get south, and I have to get over several passes, and I have to get past the Rockies before snow comes in. So I'm having to keep a real close eye on the weather because I want to stop and see friends, which was my number 1 reason why you might not be able to travel whenever and wherever you want. But I also have to time that with weather because I don't want to get caught behind traveling with my old rig, especially going up some passes and everything that might be snow covered. Not smart and not safe. So weather both locally where you're camped and where you're going in long term is a huge factor. So those are 7 reasons, that's sign language 7 reasons why you might not be able to travel whenever and wherever you want. And I should also just say on your backup plans, just plan on, like I said in my previous video, that those apps and maps might lie to you. So I hope you got something out of this. If you did, everybody, please share it. Leave me in the comments below some of the things that have affected your travel, that as a full-time traveler, part-time traveler, or a wannabe nomad, what you think might affect you being able to travel whenever or wherever you want to go. Please be sure and hit that subscribe button and click all to get all notifications, and be on the lookout for my book, How Being a Nomad Saved My Life. I love this life. See you down the road, everybody. Bye. Coco.